Oh, I'm about to go live in the.
All right, I hit the go live button, Shane. Yeah, I sent it to the Google chat that you asked me to.
After the song, I'm gonna open up the show and say hello. All right. You're gonna be sitting here. You can just back out just a little bit because you'll still be in the shot. Yeah, just all three of you. There's gonna be all three of you in this piece. Wait, make sure you have your mic right. You want to be reading real close to us. Make sure that your microphone is
All right, Shane. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna get started. I got them set up with the camera and everything. I'm gonna go to the other side and get going. All right. Turn your ring camera. All right, perfect. Much love. See you soon.
okay, we coming at the 30 minutes now. I gotta get my script. I gotta get my swords first, man. I can't sit down. See when you got your head cut off like this, you better find.
Right now, brother.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
15 seconds before we get in the field.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Shalom. Welcome. Shalom. Yes, it is a Hebrew state of being, tribal talk, cultural appropriation night. Right. And we have three humble servants of the Most High here as your host. I am Kyle.
And I'm Yuan.
And we are your hosts for this evening. Tonight we have some very special guests in the building tonight. We actually have Big Chief Delcour from the Creole Osceolas. And we got Big Chief Shaka. Yes, honored man. And Big Chief Shaka Zulu in the building. So we are, yes, and we are on our new platforms for the night, right? So we are trying to be multimedia, like we're trying to act like we're growing up. You know what I'm talking about? We're trying to act like we're growing up. I'm getting these Facebook situations. Mm-hmm. Yes. Like I said, we are working multimedias, trying to get the right angle that everybody can see us on all of our different platforms. But anyway, so tonight, right? Last week, man, we left off with our hot topic on Wednesday night. Did we not? Yes, I mean, we talk about cultural appropriation and we talk about all the different ways that we don't realize we are falling into play with falling into the ideologies, falling into the some would call the matrix, right? Whatever you want to call it. We just don't see it all the time. And then when we is put directly in our face, sometimes it doesn't feel good. So tonight, what we decided to do was to make it a little more fun by bringing in actual chiefs so they can talk about it, right? So they can tell you how they feel about this culture and how things have changed from the past until now. As you know, last week we connected everything. We connect everything through Scripture. That's our basis. The Torah, the Old Testament, the first books of Moses. Just to give you guys a couple of ways of understanding from which perspective we come from, right? So tonight, cultural appropriation, we are going to talk about focus groups and how, see, you don't just appropriate somebody's culture because you see what they do and then you just try and imitate it, right? Even when an artist, a painter is doing a rendering of another painting, they're still following certain rules of art, certain rules of contour, certain rules of color and lighting textures in order to copy a piece that's already been done. In order to do that effectively, to where someone thinks it's an absolute, uh, same as the other, then you have to know these technical aspects. You can't just put an ink pen to it or put a paintbrush to it and just copy it. It's just not possible, right? It's just not possible. Ask anyone that does it. You actually have to know art in order to copy art, right? So how do they know our culture in order for them to do it? That's the question tonight. How do they know our culture to be able to reproduce it? You can't just look at an Indian suit and say you're gonna go and recreate that. I don't care if you've been to the greatest fashion schools in the world. It won't happen. Ask any Indian that's masculine in this culture. Not possible, right? So